Call Allah Yahweh Shin Shah. Shalom to the elect. It's just more news on what's been going on around the world and stuff that's been happening while they've been posting and pushing out distractions. Now, this video right here is talking about this guy, Dabu77. On this video, talking about Russia and the U.S. both developing plans to deal with incoming objects. Now, you're reading the book of Second Ezra, which I'm going to read in a minute, in the book of Revelation, and talk about what's really going to come in. Now, I'm going to let this play for a little bit, and I'm going to go into that.
Asteroid is making its way toward Earth, and you can see it in the sky, but yet they gave no warning. They told no one because they believed it was just going to create panic and clog highways, and really it wouldn't have mattered. So they decided not to tell anyone until people could see this thing in the sky last minute, and it's too late. Well, if that was to really happen, of course, it would be too late. But sometimes you may be able to get a bead on what's happening just by watching the actions of governments and their military. And I say this in regards to space, in regards to not only Russia and the United States, but also China, Israel, all of these countries, India. They're all making these leaps all of a sudden, trying to get to the moon and to get to subspace. And in terms of the United States and Russia, they are weaponizing things, and they are very concerned about an incoming object. Now, they want to keep telling us that it's an asteroid.
See, that's what they say. They say it's an asteroid through the spirit, man. Yahweh Shin Shah, and ultimately Yahweh Shah can be coming back at a slow creep, and they seeing it from a distance because they can see far enough. You know, with these telescopes they got over in what it's called. I'm trying to think of the name of it real quick. Over in Rome, they got a telescope over there in that area. It's called Lucifer. They got these scopes all pointed in a certain direction because they know the scriptures, man. They know Yahweh Shah coming back. They know about the prophecy. Now, they feel like they're going to be able to upset it and fight. That's why they got these weapons out there. That's why they got the Space Force. You see all these different companies and different countries launching satellites and putting weapons up into space. I'm going to let some more of this video play, but I'm going to read this scripture right here in the book of Second Ezra. It's the book of Second Ezra, chapter 13. I'm going to start at verse 1. It says, "And it came to pass after 7 days I dreamed a dream by night." It says, "And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the ways thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man," not no alien, it says that man, waxed strong with thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen unto him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth filleth when it filleth the fire. It says in verse 5, "And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea." And hey, that's what's going on right now, man. Let's play some more.
Potentially in these articles. But what if it's something else? It seems to me that in tandem, even though they're acting like they're all fighting against each other on this world stage,
Which, hey, the reason why they're doing that, like I said in the last previous video, let's say, man's going to of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? Because they might actually really want peace. Because they probably getting tired, they worn out, resources dwindling down. But the Most High putting the spirit on them to still go at it with each other. And that's what's happening right now. But as I read on some more, I'm going to read back in 2nd Ezra chapter 13 and verse 6. It says, "But I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it." So they might think it's a big-ass asteroid or something. When you read the book of, I want to say it's in Zechariah, if I'm not mistaken, when they talk about the brass mountains. That's what these ships, these ships huge, man. Some of them, they be smaller. They can make them grow in size and do all types of stuff that defy third-dimensional physics. Because these ships, they spiritual vehicles, like it's mentioned in the book of Ezekiel, the first chapter. And I'm gonna read some more of this real quick. It says, In verse 7, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they that were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. So, hey, even though they got the Space Force, they got laser cannons and all type of other shit they still gonna be scared, but they still gonna fight though, because y'all about shit, y'all gonna put the spirit on them to fight. And it says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. So that's who gonna take you down, Edomites out. We ain't gotta do none of that. Yahushua gonna come wipe y'all out, man, with no weapon, no sword, no instrument of war, just with these spiritual vehicles, man, spiritual power. Like the scripture says, he should not meet thee as a man. Even though in this vision it says man, but it's just giving the ideal of how he would look, because he's gonna look like a man, but it's gonna be an angelic man. Now you go down to verse 10. It says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And it says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon the sudden of a numerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. And when I saw this, I was afraid. Hey, that's what's gonna happen to you fucking you damn Space Force cadets, you Air Force cadets, you so-called they got different SEAL branches and shit that go up in the space suit. I can't think of the name of it, but it's part of the Space Force. It's just like a different branch or some shit. I had seen it online not too long ago. And your leaks to be watching and monitor these videos. We know you watch the damn videos. We ain't stupid. Alright, that's how I know they be monitoring the damn videos. Let me go to this real quick. This is a little subtopic, but this is what they do out here. Now, I was just looking at some of the play counts on here. Sometimes some people hear me able to tell me certain videos they might not have no sound, or they can't get it to play or whatever. Because what get promoted the most on here is the videos with the most views and different shit like that, and clicks and likes. So to try to keep certain stuff from being seen, they fuck with the view count. Like, look, this video right here I posted. I want to say, is it this one? This is one of them. Let me double check real quick. Okay, now you clearly see what the view count say right there when you go back. Hey man, that's what they're doing. It's another video I put on here too. Let me see what it says. Oh, this video about the RFID chip. Nah, it said 0 on the other screen. Let's see if I can get it right there because the light real bright right where I'm at. It says 16 views on it, but it says 0 on here though when you go look to see how many views it got. So man, best believe they watch these videos. They be monitoring this shit. They know in these times that certain men gonna be endowed with spiritual power. They know certain men have heavy dreams and visions, just like Ezra's had this dream right here, this vision. After 7 days, because he was fasting and only eating vegetation, he wasn't eating no meat. So he basically was just fasting and eating the flowers of the field. If you read into this, so he got some real heavy vision. This was a heavy vision right here. Now I'm gonna let this play some more. I'm gonna go to the book of Revelation. Now I'm gonna try to make this a little short. I don't want this to be too long. Hey, but if the spirit permitted to be long, then so be it.
Governments are all mounting up for something huge. They are weaponizing space, and it's as if they're anticipating something incoming to focus all their guns on. And knowing that the fallen ones are already here, the bad guys are here, locked here with us, hiding behind our own people, makes me believe they know someone's coming down the pipe. Redemption. Judgment. They don't know the day or the hour, but they got a window and they got a bead. Something's coming. It's me, Oumuamua, that went through here. The name stands for Scout. In Pathfinder, it was exactly that. That's why they called it a light sail. That's why it was long and metallic in nature, and why it picked up speed after it went by our planet.
So, before I go to the description of the book of Revelation, let me just pull this out. And book of Zechariah. I want to say it might be in the 5th chapter. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, here you go. Yep, right here in the 5th chapter, Zechariah. Let me just read on through. It says, Zechariah 5:1. It says, then I turned and lifted up my eyes and I looked, and behold, a flying roll. Now this ship that he just mentioned in this video, they said it looked like a roll almost, like a long tube-shaped object. Now we read on some more. It says in Zechariah 5:2. And see, hey, your pastors, they won't read this because first of all, if they know it, they got a order not to teach this. And if they don't know it, it's because they don't get into the prophecies. They're not, the spirit is not on them to get into this stuff right here. But anyway, it says in Zechariah chapter 5 verse 2, it says, he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Now I want to get to the part where he says, the brass mountain, or the mountain of brass. Let's see, pull it up like this. I'm trying to type it in by the word and look it up. I got it highlighted in my book. I'm going to just go to my book real quick and then I'll pull it up like that. Hold on 1 minute, Arthur. Okay, that's right in. Right in the beginning of chapter 6. But sometimes these little search bar things on here, they be word sensitive, so if you don't really put in certain words, it ain't really gonna find it like that. But hey, it's in my mind that you want to show for edification. It says in the book of Zechariah chapter 6 and verse 1, it says, and I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, there came 4 chariots out from between 2 mountains, and the mountains were mountains of brass. So they ain't talking about some actual little mountains that you see on the ground. Let me play this back and listen to what he's saying.
Noah that went through here, the name stands for scout. In Pathfinder, it was exactly that. That's why they called it a light sail. That's why it was long and metallic in nature, and why it picked up speed after it went by our planet.
So these ships, hey man, they made of various metals. Brass being one of them, definitely metallic, but I've seen some personally. And I know how metals look because I'm always researching different metals and stones and different stuff like that. So I'll be aware of, whatever I encounter. But, hey, man, yeah, how should I coming soon, man? That's why you see all this stuff happening. We don't got that many prophecies left. Let me go to the book of Revelation and pull this up. Ain't that many left, man. You got the chip, Jacob's trouble, then you got this, the third woe. And that's it, man. So you out there, man. Stay patient, man. That's why if you're dealing with more and more stuff, whether it be stuff on the physical level, on the spiritual level, hey, that's because the times are greater coming to you. The persecution gonna come. You gonna have family turning on you. Let me see. People might want to turn you in. It's all type of shit, man. Because of these times we're coming into. And ultimately, hey, the battle already won. It's got to be played out. That's all that is. Now, in the book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 7, it says, "And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels." And that's basically backing up what it's talking about in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13. And you read in verse 8, it says, "And prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven." So that Space Force, these elites, wasted all this fucking money building. They could have been doing something good with it, but they wicked, so they wasn't gonna do that anyway. All this money they don't spend, Elon Musk and all these little projects, they got black budget projects. Hey man, that shit getting turned to dust, man. That shit ain't no more space junk. And that's all it is. Now I'm gonna end this off with this last scripture. Better yet, I'm gonna add 2 more scriptures on to pull up. This is the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 11. Better yet, I'm gonna start at verse 10. And that's the Spirit 111. It says, "And while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up, behold, 2 men stood by them in white apparel." Not no aliens, it says 2 men. Because you got these people with this alien campaign. They're going to try to push that shit too to deceive people. But like the scripture said, if it were possible, they should deceive the very elect. And they're not going to deceive the elect. Now, in verse 11, it's Yahushua speaking. If you got the Bible, a certain Bible that had a red letter, which is his words being spoke. Now it says, which also said, "You men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? This same Yahushua, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him going to heaven." So the same way that ship beamed them up, and the angels was down there. There was 2 angels that was there at that time. And this time, when he come back, it's gonna be even more angels. And he coming back with that ship, man. So, hey, you elites, man. Hey, get ready for captivity, man. Get ready for fucking captivity, man. Cause y'all don't did all this stuff around the earth, and y'all thought y'all was just gonna skate away to another planet. Not to this. They ain't trying to go in the sunset. They trying to go to another damn planet. No. Let me end this off with this. And a lot of these scriptures, we know by heart. Although I can know by heart. Look up for your redemption draweth nigh. I just want to pull this up. It's in the book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 28. But I'm going to start at verse 27. I keep going to these scripts, man. They point to what's about to happen to take place. And what's going to bug people out even more. when they see a dark skinned man come out. All these white images on these churches and with the stained glass, and you got sweet Jesus with his arms out and all that on the little pictures and all that. Man, people gonna bug out. That's why I say men's hearts. Let me go back to this scripture right here. Book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 26. I said I was going to end it off with one scripture, but it's got to come out. It said, men's heart failing them for fear and looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. Hey, because when people see these ships, and then who come out of them ships, man, that's the least thing people expect. People want to see some, they want to see green aliens and grays and all type of other little beings, light beings and shit they be talking about. But when they see some dark-skinned, angelic man coming out, decked out in gold and linen, oh, people gonna be, hey, like this scripture say. Oh, it said, men's heart shall fail them for fear of the things coming upon the earth. In verse 27, it says, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. That's how Yahushua coming back, man. Verse 28, I'm just ending this off right here. It says, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. So, hey, Lord's willing, I'm of that elect. You other Akim, you of that elect. Hey, you elders, they help bring this word out and spread this truth, man, through the four corners of the earth. Lord's willing, man, we'll be up on them ships, sipping that yan that Yahushua got, and he ain't touch it. And we'll be looking down in this at this kingdom, man. Once it get what it rightfully deserved. So Lord's willing, this was edifying. Call on Yahweh Shem Yahushua and Shalom to the elect.